Hello, I'm Joseph Sims. I'm in the sports broadcasting program. And for one of my quests, I chose quest number 3, which was to find a mentor. And the mentor that I'm choosing to talk about today is somebody that really came into my life really out of the blue. Very, very spontaneous. He came out because normally you would meet a broadcasting mentor at like a broadcasting event, at a school, at a game. But I met him at Texas Roadhouse because he was my waiter, and his name is Cameron too, and he's been in my life about 2 years. He's helped me tremendously to kind of perfect some of the crafts that I've done over the past 2 years in high school. And like I said, I met him at a Texas Roadhouse because he was my waiter. Apparently, his dad owns the restaurant, and he was just helping out while they were short staffed. But he originally, or actually, worked out at Fox Nation, cutting up highlights and sending them to Terry Crews or Terry Crews, sending them to Terry Bradshaw when Bradshaw wants to talk about something like the quarterbacks during a game. He cuts up the highlights about the quarterbacks, sends them to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw cuts them and talks about them on air, and that's his job, and it's really cool. So meeting him at Texas Roadhouse, it was great. He overcame a lot of obstacles to get that job, and one of them was that he didn't do anything during high school. Here I am. I did 4 years of broadcast during high school. I did, countless number of football games, soccer games, and basketball games. He didn't do anything. He paid for school out of pocket. He went to the University of Alabama, and he got a job out of Alabama, and that's a major obstacle because you have to really start early. You have to really start networking early, and he's helped me do that. He's kind of taken me and said, "I didn't get to do this. This is what I would have done if I was your age," and that's really exactly what I've done. And he told me something a long time ago, which I originally started. I got his contact information. I started sending him some videos that I've done, and he told me that he was going to chew into me about them, and he would constantly pick at every single video I sent him. Your camera angle is too low. You're not talking right. You need to use better adjectives and pronouns about this, and he would really bug into me about every single video. And finally, after I thought I did a good video, I thought it was one of my best videos, and he just picked, instantly within the first 10 seconds of the video, he saw 10 mistakes. He finally told me, if you're gonna edit it, perfect it. And it stuck with me because I think I've mentioned this before in one of these videos, is that editing allows you to perfect it. And he told me, if you're going to edit it, perfect it. I mean, you have the power to change every little minor detail through editing. So you can perfect it. Take the time to do that because that's what video editing is. It should be perfect outcome because you can redo something, you can reshoot it, you can relight it, and it should be perfect. And so that's really changed my mindset about editing a video, whether it's sports or anything at all. When I'm editing, I think it needs to be perfect. There should be no mistakes. And it's tedious. It's tedious time. And thinking about Cameron too and everything he's done for me, we started at the same place, and eventually I learned this about him. He also started at this program called Montgomery Sports Network, and they did live streaming football games around the area of Montgomery, and he was a colored commentator, and I'm a play-by-play commentator. But he started at Montgomery Sports Network out of college. I started out of Montgomery Sports Network in high school, and so it's kind of very cool that we're starting in the same place 2 different times in our lives. And he's the one that sent me down here to Full Sail. I wanted to go to Alabama. He told me no. If I had the opportunity, I would go to Full Sail. And so here I am here at Full Sail just because he told me that this was the place to be for sports broadcasting. And I'm hoping that though we started in the same spot and though we took different paths, that we'll meet up again through through the broadcasting tree. But he's been a tremendous aspect of my life, and I've really loved learning from him. He's one of the better people that I've learned from, and I've had a lot of people to learn from, including a teacher during high school and friends and family that have been in broadcasting before. But I've learned a lot from Cameron, and he's done a lot for me, and hopefully it's not the last time that we talk in person. Maybe one time we'll be working together in person. but he's been a special mentor to me.